Top 10 Richest Socialites in the World.
Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
Hello, Aluxers! We're happy to have you back on another Alux.com original video. This time, we're looking at some of the most controversial celebrities out there and ranking them based on net worth. You most certainly know their name, but you probably can't pinpoint what exactly they're doing for a living. All you know is that they pop up on your newsfeed and they seem to be doing incredibly well. Keep in mind that someone's net worth fluctuates over time, so if you want to make sure you have the most up-to-date information, go to Alux.com and read the article. It's a lot easier for us to update it on the go than make another video. We'll link to it in the description. An important mention we'd like to make before we jump in is that there are other semi-socialites that have reached some degree of fame and massive fortunes after colossal divorces. But this video is not about them. We already have a video on that. This video is about people who have achieved fame by constantly being in the eye of the public and making the most of it. With that being said, let's take a look at the 10 richest socialites in the world. Number 10. Nicole Richie. Estimated net worth $10 million. Born in a struggling family, Richie didn't have an easy life while growing up. When her parents could no longer afford to take care of her, Richie was adopted by Lionel Richie, a family friend who managed to do well for himself. She was 9 at the time, and when Lionel divorced his wife, the girl started to be more spoiled by her adopted parents. She even said, and we quote, "Their way of making me happy was to say yes to everything I wanted." Famous from the television show The Simple Life with Paris Hilton, Richie became more and more known as a celebrity by pretty much doing nothing but socializing in Hollywood. Number 9. Dorothy Wang. Estimated personal worth upwards of $10 million. When your daddy is worth $3.1 billion, you can bet you'll be having an easy life. Daughter of American Chinese billionaire Roger Wang, Dorothy is famous for pretty much just spending money and partying in the most famous nightclubs. She appeared on E! Network's The Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, which praises her full-of-money life. A trust fund princess, Wang lives a luxurious life and is not afraid to show it. We quote, "But this is our life. We are not necessarily flaunting it, but it is going to be the backdrop of our life." She's also one of those rich kids of Instagram we've talked about on Alux.com in the past. They got mad when some other kids from Romania started making fun of their Instagram pics in an epic series. We'll link to it in the description. Number 8. Alison Melnick. Estimated net worth $11.5 million. The American socialite, bar owner, and reality TV star Alison Melnick started working as a club promoter in nightclubs when she was 16. We quote, "I started working at nightclubs as a door girl when I was 16 in New York City and turned it into a career for myself. Yes, partying is a career." In her many visits to New York's most famous nightclubs, Melnick met Paris Hilton and became her BFF. She even starred in Hilton's The World According to Paris. Besides socializing, Alison opened up her own bar, the Apple Lounge. Number 7. Tinsley Mortimer. Estimated net worth $35 million. Born in a rich family, Tinsley Mortimer has always lived a good life. She studied at Columbia University and then headed off to New York to become a socialite. Her marriage to the wealthy Robert Livingston Mortimer made her one of the most famous popular socialites out there. She just loved being in the spotlight, having a very daring approach to fashion. Tinsley and Robert divorced, and rumor has it was all about infidelity. Shocker, right? Number 6. Brandon Davis. Estimated net worth $55 million. The only man on our list, Davis is an extremely rich heir to a huge oil fortune. Brandon seems not to be bothered that a lot of hard work was put into the oil business, him partying in Hollywood and sometimes even running into trouble with the law. Davis is not afraid of spending the money he has, him being known to offer an employee $1,000 for a donut at 7-Eleven. His friends are other socialites including Paris and Nikki Hilton. Number 5. The Kardashians clan. Kim Kardashian's estimated net worth is at $95 million and counting. We had to include the most controversial socialite of them all in this ranking. Although basically their entire family is made up of socialites, most of them don't come close to Kim's net worth. At Alux.com, we estimate her personal wealth at least $95 million as of making this video. She's currently making around $20 to $30 million per year from everything she's got going on. It's hard to rank Kim on the list, because while the rest are focused on spending money, Kim's racking in the big bucks. For example, during the launch of her Kimoji app, at one point she was making $1 million per minute. By the time you're watching this, she might be the second richest socialite in the world. We even made a special video on 15 things you didn't know about Kim Kardashian that we strongly recommend you see after this one. There are several facts there that you'll find interesting. Number 4. Sale Johnson. Net worth $100 million. Born in a wealthy family, Sale Johnson became really famous for her marriage to Woody Johnson, the heir of the billion-dollar Fortune 500 company Johnson & Johnson. Even though Sale pursued a modeling career, she became even richer after divorcing Johnson. Johnson went through a tragedy a few years ago when her daughter passed away. Sale is now socializing across America. Number 3. Sabrina Guinness. Net worth $100 million. The heiress to the Guinness family fortune, Sabrina is not a stranger to being rich. Her family is famous and rich due to one of the most famous alcoholic drinks in the world, their stout. Sabrina is not known for anything in particular other than her socializing and having high-profile relationships. She was once called the It Girl, as she dated Mick Jagger and was linked to Prince Charles in the past. Well, it's good to have a famous family to start with. Number 2. Paris Hilton. Net worth $100 million. As 2 of her friends are already on the list, it's only normal for Paris herself to be here, right? Probably the original rich kid on the list, Hilton is an expert in self-marketing, becoming a brand herself, and being known as the first person who became famous for being famous. Paris has lived in the public eye from a young age, The Simple Life show being a hit. She didn't keep away from scandals and problems though, her spending excessive amounts of money, making sex tapes, and partying hard. The funny thing is, she once said, and we quote, "I created the Kardashians," end quote. And by the end of the year, her former assistant, Kim, will outrank her from a personal fortune perspective. Number 1. Caroline Llewellyn Brockdorf. Estimated net worth $600 million. Caroline is the richest socialite in the world. One of London's most important socialites, Baroness Caroline Llewellyn Brockdorf, was born in Denmark and is a member of the Danish royal family. She is known for her high-profile relationships. In 2001, she married Rory Fleming, who at the time came from the fourth richest family in Britain, with a family net worth of $1.6 billion. Rory Fleming is the nephew of James Bond creator and author Ian Fleming. The family is so private that it's hard to find a picture of Rory anywhere. So here's a video of Daniel Craig as James Bond. She later became engaged to Arsenal player Nicholas Bentner, them splitting a couple of months after their first child was born. Caroline has her own castle. Because why not? She can afford it. If you haven't heard of her, it's because she's a different breed of socialite, one who understands the importance of reputation management. When you'll probably never run out of money, you can buy yourself the cover of several magazines and shift the public's perception. That's just life. We're living in a time where reality TV has larger audiences than almost everything else. We're bombarded by celebrity gossip and wannabe rich socialites that are trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame. This entire phenomenon took off with the rise of the Kardashians, which proved that if you can get people to talk about you, you can work your way up to hundreds of millions and a life that others only dream of. What do you think about how these socialites impact today's culture and youth? We really want to hear back from you on this one, because while the feminist movement has taken off in the last couple of years, so did the audiences of these do-nothing bitches. Thank you for spending some time with us Aluxers. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another awesome video. We handpick these videos we think you probably want to watch next. Or head over to Alux.com for the best luxury and fine living content out there. Be part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story. Oh, you're still here. Fine. Here's a picture of Kim Kardashian trying to read quantum physics. That should make you feel better about yourself.